If you're looking for MUT coins to upgrade your MUT game, go to GameRusher.com for cheap and safe MUT coins. You can use my discount code HUB at the website. Use the first link in the description down below and get that upgrade to your game. What's up, Giants fans, Hub watchers, YouTube subscribers, Twitter and Instagram followers? It's Kush back at it again with another New York Giants video. This might not be a popular video, as by the title you can tell I'm gonna get into my favorite coordinator, Jason Garrett. And for those of you that have been with the channel at least for the duration of this season, knows that he's my least favorite coordinator on the team. Before I get into it though, I do gotta say a new skit is up. By the feedback I'm getting in the comments, you guys seem to love it. A couple of y'all even said it's the best one ever. Go check it out, help your boy out, share it out, because for some reason YouTube's not sending out my notifications. That one is my worst rated video by views over the past 2 weeks. Definitely share it out when you guys get over there. Let me know what you think. And let's talk about Jason Garrett. I'm gonna completely preface this by saying this is just my opinion on basically Garrett and the offense, and it's really how I felt all year. Like, once again, if you've been with me for the duration of the season, and of course a lot of you have been with me even longer than that since last season, I do not like Jason Garrett, the way he's running this offense. I don't like what I'm seeing on the field, and there's a couple reasons for that. From week 1, you know what I'm saying, from week 4, like there's certain points in the season where I told myself, that's why I'm calling certain weeks where I'm like, I'm questioning what he's doing on the field. Week 1, I questioned a little bit, but I said it's week 1. It's the first week. I'll give him a pass. Week 4, I was really not happy with what I was seeing on the field. And at the same time, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give him a pass. First 4 weeks, no preseason or anything. Let's say the first 4 weeks were the Giants preseason. By the time we got to week 8, where he was really starting to get on my nerves. He seemed to turn a corner, and that's when Garrett really called his best offensive game plan all year. It was week 8. It was just that Daniel Jones played terribly that game, and so it couldn't be fully carried out, and that gave me a lot of hope for Jason Garrett. And I was telling myself, oh my god, we're hitting something here. And then since week 8, it's kind of gone downhill again. Now, I will also say that could be connected to multiple factors. It could be connected to the fact that Daniel Jones has had to change his style of play since week 8. Like, week 8 was the last week that DJ, well, technically Sunday against the Cardinals, he turned the ball over. But it was the last week that DJ was doing stuff like taking risky shots, trying to fit it into tight windows since week 8, right? So like week 9, 10, 11, and 12, well, he didn't play 12, but you get the idea. He was playing safe football, and it was a different Daniel Jones. And so maybe that's the reason why the offense kind of went back to what it was. But then that doesn't make sense, because before week 8, he was the Daniel Jones that took chances, and the offense was terrible. Listen, for those of you that don't know what my criticism of Jason Garrett are, let me get that out here now. It's already 3 minutes into the video, and I probably should have done that first. But I don't like the Jason Garrett offense, mostly because he can't score points. At the end of the day, that's what the offense is supposed to do. I don't care whether he does it through the running game or through the passing game, you know, through some trick plays, whatever the case is, score some points. And this is definitely connected to the talent he has on the field. But I'm still putting some of this on Jason Garrett, because now I'm going to talk about the passing game, which has been terrible the whole year. He's not doing that talent any favors. And then I said this in my reaction video as well. Yes, the talent is not doing him any favors, but he should at least do them some. He should at least give them some better routes. I mean, the amount of times I call these games live and I see a bunch of curl routes on the screen, and there was one play that I keep recalling against the Cardinals. Middle of field was wide open. It was not like the Cardinals, adjusted their defense before the snap or anything. They were in set, and Millfield was wide open. Jason Garrett, as an experienced, guy in the NFL, as an experienced coach, should be able to recognize that and maybe call something across the middle. But all he ran was 4 curls, and his favorite routes to run are those short curl routes. Every now and again, maybe he'll throw in a slant, but he's not really putting these receivers in a position to help them get open. You can scheme receivers open. Garrett hasn't been able to do that. We complain all the time that our receivers can't get open, and that's definitely on them as well. But that also means your offensive coordinator is not scheming them open. It also means your offensive coordinator is not calling something that could confuse the defense a little bit. And when you got somebody like Jason Garrett back there who has all those years under his belt, you would expect that from him. Which is why I'm like, I don't think he's a fit for the Giants. You know what I mean? And he's not a fit for Daniel Jones either. Like, Daniel Jones has definitely, his production has 100% regressed from last year, and I think it's definitely connected to the fact that he is in a different offensive system, one that doesn't really suit his style of play. So credit to Jason Garrett, he tried to adjust to him a little bit. I'm once again pointing to that Buccaneers game. Like, I don't know why Garrett can't call a game like the Buccaneers game more often, because that was definitely suited to Jones's, that was definitely Daniel's cup of tea. It's just that Daniel was really, really bad that game. You know what I mean? So I will give some credit to Jason Garrett, but this guy is not it, man. What is this? 13, 14 weeks into the season, and you're still having problems with scheming your receivers open. You're still having problems with getting this offense to move down the field. It does not make sense to me. I don't think he's the guy. And really the only thing he has been good for is the running game, which salute to him. The running game without a Saquon Barkley, with a backup in Wayne Gallman, has been pretty good. But even then, let's talk about the choices he makes. Forget about, the more X's and O's stuff. He's just terrible with decision making. 3rd and 1. Wayne Gallman just, was on a 2nd and 10, 9-yard run. 3rd and 1. You would think he would hand it back to Wayne Gallman because the run game is going. Nope. But in a very Pat Shurmur-esque call, he decides to pass the ball, and we do not get the conversion. Who knows what that does for us? Jason Garrett has made a lot of these weird and just bad decisions and bad play calling all year, right? We talk about the trick plays. Was this during the Bengals game? The more and more you look back on that game, the more and more you're like, the Giants are kind of lucky to escape with a win. There was one drive against the Bengals where he called 2 trick plays in a row, and you're just wondering to yourself, why are you doing this? And that wasn't a game like where we were running away with the win either, so you'd probably want to keep it a bit more safe than that. He gets a little too cute sometimes. Sometimes he just makes decisions that shouldn't be made, especially when it comes to the run and passing game. And at other times, it looks like he doesn't know what he's doing out there. I don't think Jason Garrett is the guy for the Giants. Now, the reason why I'm a bit, should I say hesitant about letting him go, I think should be quite obvious. And I say this all the time when it comes to, me and Gettleman, I don't know who's going to replace him. I don't know who's going to replace him. I don't know what coaching candidate will be out there if the Giants are going to, hire from within. I don't know what the move would be to replace Jason Garrett. And then, of course, you don't want a Jameis Winston Daniel Jones by giving him his 3rd offensive coordinator in 3 years. Now, there is a chance that you could find somebody that runs the same scheme as Garrett, and that way Jones wouldn't have to learn something completely new. It's still not a scheme that fits him well, but and it's not something that's honestly, has a high probability to happening, but there's a chance. But that's really the main reason it's like, I don't want to let Garrett go. And part of me still wants to give him a mulligan. I'm not giving it to him, but I could understand if somebody still says it's the 2020 season. You talk about all the crazy stuff that's happened with the 19, lack of offseason, lack of preparation, and the fact that the Giants offense as a whole, not just Jason Garrett, has been a big disappointment this year. You can give him a little bit of an excuse there, but I don't want to, because this is not like a first-year offensive coordinator. We're talking about one of the most experienced guys in the NFL, and he's not using that experience to adapt to what he has. I guess that's the point I'm trying to make. He should have been adapting to what he has, like somebody like Patrick Graham, who is a young defensive coordinator, adapting to what he has all year. Why can't Jason Garrett, who's way more experienced and even has head coaching experience, do the same thing? Adapt to the talent he has and adapt to what he has on the roster and make it work. He just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that's the reason I'm so hung up on this, because I'm seeing it happening on the other side of the ball. I'm seeing it happen on the other side of the ball, where the defense was supposed to be the worst part of this team coming into the year, because coming into the year, the offense was the better part, and now it's flipped, and Jason Garrett cannot adapt to it. And I guess that's where it comes down to. Just get an offensive coordinator that can make it work. I don't know who's it gonna be once again, but that's just my thoughts. Like I said, might not be a very popular video, a very popular opinion, but let me know what you guys think down below, and I'm out. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I'll catch y'all in the next one.